This is Briony Rose Smith live at the Bid Library. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. It's been a little while. Did you have a nice Christmas? I had a nice Christmas. I managed to dart before any drama happened. That's a good Christmas. How are you guys? Hello, Maxa. Hello, Lucas. Hello, Howdy. Hello, Nia Bread. Hello, Noko-chan. Welcome. It is his 3D model time. I thought for our very, very lastest stream of 2024, we do a little movement, little things. Crimbus was indeed a good one. Wonderful. Glad to hear, Howdy. Here's Batman. Indeed, Nia Red is Batman. There will be a small bit of Batman in this presentation because I did read a small bit of Batman this year. I actually got a full-blown Batman suit for Christmas! And not wearing as much possible. As you should! Cosplaying is so much fun. Highly recommend. I haven't done it in years, mind you. And it's less fun when you have to actually go to a con in it, because I did the... If you've ever seen a Red Black Butler, you have the pink CL dress. I did that one, yeah. And it was impractical, to say the least. Oh yeah, a normal size Phantom, if I know you're at work, but if you watch the VOD, hi, I hope you had a good Christmas. How was Sonic 3? Fucking great! Amazing! I've seen it twice. And it's wonderful. Could have done with a little bit more shadow and a little bit less Robotniks, but it was absolutely wonderful. The copious use of Live and Learn. We're listening to Sonic music right now, actually. That is, let me know. I've turned the OST pretty far down, so if you want it a bit higher, let me know. I need to make you guys bigger, because I'm a bit further away from my screen and my granny eyes are not adjusting. You got Watchmen Deluxe Edition the other day? Oh, nice! Currently building furniture, so you should look for the most part. Good luck with your furniture. Please be careful of your fingies while you do that. Sometimes I just stand in my closet kicking open and scream, "Justice for Gotham!" As you should. If you have a Batman outfit, that is the way. I am gonna be so tired. No, I might end up sitting halfway through the stream. We don't know. Grandma's gonna do her best. Grandma has to go back to work Thursday, unfortunately. So she's gonna have to get used to some physical activity again. Physical. I can't raise one foot at a time, by the way. But it's fine. This is fine. How are you and how was my Christmas? I'm great. My Christmas gave me 2 volumes of the IDW Sonic comics, which I have been wanting to do. And then my fiance was like, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas?" I was like, Sonic comics. And he delivered, so what more can you ask for? I got a nice bit of money, and what else did I get? I got a lot of yarn as well. I asked my brother for yarn, and he just gave me this big box, and I was like, what is in this box? And there were like 6 balls of yarn. A bowl to put the yarn in so that when you're crocheting you don't have to keep pulling the yarn. And then Exploding Kittens, the board game as well. Which we already have. But he's got spirit, it's fine. What kind of games can we expect in the new year? What kind of games can you expect in the new year? So I did show you the my Steam, what I bought on Steam. Blue Sky and Discord had a screenshot of what I bought in the Steam sale today. So I'd like to play the Nonary games. I would like to play Ace Attorney. I would also like to make a new game. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be making a clicker game soon. I would like to make a narrative-heavy clicker game. It may sound strange, but we're doing it. You went to a doctor's appointment for me, for your eyes. They said it didn't degenerate. Yay! Christmas miracle! We can see! That's a Christmas miracle. My friend had a very similar Christmas miracle, actually. They went to the eye doctors for the first time in a few years. And they said, yeah, why are you driving? You shouldn't be driving. So now I have better eyeglasses and can actually see in HD again. I should probably do that too, but I'm definitely not that bad. Hopefully. Maybe. Should probably do that. It's fine. But you know what we're here for? Stuff I read in 2024. Maybe someone else can do the 100% flowchart or something. Yeah, that's okay. How do I phrase this? You didn't have to, but I somehow knew you would. I was gonna write a walkthrough, but then you did the flowchart, and I didn't have to. We love you, Lucas. We love your need to organize things. It's great. The biggest news is that it's now eligible to be operated on, to be corrected. Need money now? Yeah, money's an issue. Boo. Shall we go through what I read? Normally I do a tier list, but normally I do a tier list of just the novels I read. But I didn't read that many novels this year. As you can see by my background, it's like 90% manga with a little bit of comic books and a little bit of webtoons and every so often a novel. Spot the novel in this background. One of them's mine. You see down there? You see down there under the Smith? That's my one. I added that one. That's me. Kind of stuff did I read? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I was sitting here chatting shit. But that during that, it's fine. Tim Moon Empire, yeah, it's a light novel. That's one of them. That's one of the novels I read. But let's go through it. Bam! Ghost Reaper Girl! I read all of them. All of the Ghost Reaper Girls that are available. No, I read 2 to 3. Because I read the first one last year. I need my keyboard and mouse a little bit closer than this. But I also can't get closer to my desk, otherwise the tracking would fail. Oh, that's one other thing I got. I got one of those, you know, the content creator lights that you put on your thing and it lights you up? That's why my tracking is like slightly better than usual. That is another wonderful fiance thing. Here, Ghost Reaper Girl. 2, 3, and 4 pretty women, as you can see, and 1 pretty cat. That's a cat. That is a man. That is a cat that turns into a man, because that is always. What would I rate it? I really like Ghost Reaper Girl. I would rate it. Is it perfect? No, but maybe that's more of a pacing issue because I can't really read it as fast as I would like to because I buy it in the volumes. But then I've heard the author's ill and it doesn't get updated often anyway. But I would rate it a solid 8 out of 10. It's basically a magical girl manga, but more creepy. Like, this is Shoggoth. This one in the middle, that's Shoggoth. And that's oh, what's that? Nyalotep. Well, I can't remember. But another eldritch horror. They're cute. Catboy evolved. A feline man. He is a feline man. But basically, the girl over there, she can use spirits to transform, and then she gets Nyalotep. That's it. Thank you, howdy. Shook off in Shoggy! Baby Shoggy! She's such a good girl. She's terrifying, but such a good girl. Nyan, not so much. She's a questionable lady. Yes, Library Ruiner has been moved to Friday, if only because I won't be streaming Tuesday due to it being, you know, New Year's Eve. I'll be too busy socializing and having a life. I know, it gets in the way of being an internet person. Why would I ever leave the internet? But I do sometimes. Very good series. It's on Shonen Jump if you want to get access to it. The most official way to get access to it is through the Shonen Jump app, which is really cheap, actually. But like I said, I don't know if it's coming out often. Socializing on live, damn, didn't know I had those. I know, right? I'm just the coolest person that I have friends, and a fiance. I'm just gonna flex my life here. Flex. Anyway, we have like 40 something slides to get through, so we're just gonna. I've heard of this in real life, not a fan. Fair. Oh, I'm a bit tall, aren't I? Let's get a little bit. She's my knight! It is a wonderful, 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 wonderful manga. This is a feel-good manga if I ever did read one. It's basically all the shoujo tropes with the slightly... Come on, word. Ignorant protagonist who doesn't notice the lady's affection. It's that, but gender swapped. So he likes her, and she doesn't notice. He ends up in all these situations and ends up with all the back as he's a bit of a tsundere, and she's like the most gentlemanly, knightly woman you've ever met. It's so good. Dense protagonist, that's it. Yeah, we're going through books today. We're going through so many books today. Hex now will come. It's book time. We're booking it. But yeah, this is wonderful. The second one is out. I just don't have it yet. I will own it. Maybe soon, because I will be going manga shopping soon. Next! Final Fantasy XIV! Eorzea Academy! Yeah! It's time to read! Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans read too much. Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans could, like, stop reading a tiny bit and let people actually have a turn. That would be great. This one should not be read unless you have played... I don't think my hand... Okay. Should not be read unless you have played all the way to the end of at least Shadowbringers and Final Fantasy 14 even. Not 15, 14. It says it right up there. Because it has it won't be as well enjoyed. 2, it has characters that just won't make sense to you. But if you have, and you love that game, 10 out of 10. Wonderful little read. High school AU. They basically treat Estinian like the protagonist. You take all my books, it's fine. I'm in the Forbidden Library. If you take the books, you're gonna get punished by the Library Guardian. And you'll probably die. Former Yu-Gi-Oh! Player here. No, my enemies will get their turn when I'm dead. Terrible, terrible. But that is pretty much all I have to say about this one. Because you don't want to talk too much about it. Unless you happen to be a Final Fantasy 14 fan. You don't really have interest in this. But it is wonderful. And fan servicey. And great. Next! Poema Maggie! Oracle Magica! I found the complete edition of this. It's quite chunky. So I think it's about 3 manga volumes in one-ish. And this one is about a magical girl called Oriko, who is not on the cover. That is not Oriko on the cover. Oriko is a magical girl that has the ability to see. This is a Madoka spin-off. It is exactly related to Madoka. It is about a timeline, which may or may not be canon because Madoka timelines, where there is a magical girl who can see the future. She knows that Madoka is a bad, bad thing, and she wants to try kill Madoka off before she become a witch, before she become a magical girl. But we all know who stands in her way. Our girl Homura will never let that happen. So, chaos ensues. It was really good. It's kind of confusing though, because it has like maybe 2 of the manga volumes in this book were one cohesive story. Then there was like a bit of flashback, and then there was like an alternative universe one as well. I also play Magic, and oh god, everyone in this game is either a huge reader, D&D player, or fan service lover who plays D&D. Yes, we all play D&D. We all play D&D. And if you don't play D&D, you should try play D&D. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who play Magic, I get that. Ah, the baby Hitler, the team of, and the time traveler delayed. Yeah, that's exactly what this is, basically, yeah. So, Oracle tries to get rid of her. Does it work? Does it fail? Technically she wins. But because Homura could reset the timeline, it's like, does it really matter? Next! Gently raised beast. Okay, so I had to put some notes on this slide because I read these 2 volumes, but then I hunted it down and I read the rest on the Webtoons app. So Gently Raised Beast is about a girl called Blondinia who just like grows up poor. She's taken in by these in people who basically abuse her, and eventually she tries to run away. She tries to sell this ring that her mother gave her that apparently belonged to her dad. She tries to sell it. It apparently belongs to the royal family. Oh my gosh. And so that means the emperor finds out about her, takes her in because she is in fact a princess, the emperor's daughter. And she doesn't really get along with her family because they're like, oh my gosh, she's like so poor and so half common. We can't be having that in the royal family, no. So she's a bit isolated in the royal family, in the royal halls, until she finds a kitty cat who happens to be a prince, who happens to be the prince of the majestic magical beasts that also live in this country. And then they have friendship, and it was good. Buying it in volumes killed it for me a little bit. I can't earn this economy. Exactly. The magic robot 30-year-old basement doll. That is probably a manga somewhere. So buying it in volumes killed this for me, as I said before, because I'm paying like 15 quid a pop, and I'm only getting maybe like 10. So chapters 25. So I got 25 chapters in both these 2 volumes, and that led me to the point of them. Oh, they definitely actually love each other, but they definitely won't talk about it. Oh no, maybe he likes someone else. Me. That sort of stupid understanding. I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. I didn't want to pay another £15 for another volume, which is why I found it for free on the internet. You're making a manga, Nia? That's cool. But when I got to the web novel and I could read it all for free and just watch the odd advert, you know, it was a bit better. We had a bit of a better pacing. We got through the awkwardness a bit easier. No, it's okay. You can tell me. That's fine. Obviously don't self-promote it too much, but you're allowed to say you are. It's exciting. Yeah. So it was good. I just kind of kept reading it, and I don't know whether it's because I was enjoying it or not, or whether I just felt I may as well see the end. I don't know. Is anyone else? There's a few on here that I've gotten into that space of like, I may as well keep going to the end, but I don't know whether I really care anymore. And that's where this one ended up for me. But I did read it all. I read 93 chapters of this, somehow. I don't know how that happened, but we did. I remember reading a web novel about a magical girl who's already mid-30s. Forget the title. My favourite gag was that she cringes at her outfit short skirt every time she transforms. Oh my god, I would do that. That's a very in your 30s thing to do. Next! Sonic City Witch! Boop, boop, boop. I can go back up ahead now. Yeah, we got a flyer on my screen. But it's okay. Levitation is apparently something I'm borrowing from the Tea Fairies again. Like when I was a potato and I borrowed levitation from them then. I got sponsored for this one. This was my first ever sponsor. They paid me to talk about it on the internet, and it was good. There's a whole video. You should check it out. Because I got paid to make it, and it was great. I haven't been paid to specifically talk about it here, so hashtag not an ad, but I'm just proud of getting my first sponsor. Yay. Sonic City, which was fun. So it's about Sonic City is like a big sci-fi thing. Most people have enhancements of some technical variety, but which is a well known, but a lot of their powers have been kind of overtaken by technology at this point. So this starts off with a bit of a rebellion by the witches, who cast this big spell that turns metal into wood, so people start turning into trees. Cyberpunkish, yes, 100% cyberpunkish, but people are turning into trees. So one witch who wants to helps the police to try track down what they're doing, because this is wrong. As much as witches have been dealt a bad hand, it's kind of wrong to turn everyone to trees. But that's Sonic City Witch. You can find this on Burning Star Comics. They're a very small little indie platform, so it would be lovely if you could go support them. They have a few little bits and bobs, and they kindly let me have this for free to talk about. That was great. I've actually bought the other two since, but I haven't read them yet. I keep meaning to, and then I'm like, oh, I'll read that in a minute. I'll just do this. I'll read that in a minute. I'll just do this. I'm very good at that. I'm very, very good at that, but I will read them because I want to. Because how do we stop the tree cult from making Cyberpunk City a forest? I don't know. I have no answers for you. I didn't read it yet. Next! Cat Gamer! Not a manga about cats gaming, for the record. It is a manga about a gamer getting a cat. Not about a cat playing games, about a gamer getting a cat. It was very cute. This is 100% the most well-drawn cat in all of manga. I have never seen a cat look so adorable and so cute and so just semi-realistic as well. It's just, look at it. Look at it. Can I do the Will Smith thing like that? Look. Cat. And basically the protagonist is at work and... Hello, Dazzles. Yes, cat. The protagonist is at work. They find a stray cat outside of work. And they're like, hey, who wants it? She's like, sure, I'll take it. And then gets home and is like, I have no idea how to take care of a cat. So she treats it like a game. We have a chapter about debuffs where the cat gets fleas. We have... like what foods to get it, and it's all like gamified in her head. It's quite cute. It's very cute. It wasn't enough to carry the whole manga for me. I don't recommend, if you do buy this, reading it all at once, because that's the problem I made, and I didn't really enjoy it so much because it got a bit stale near the end. But if you bought it and you say read a chapter a day, it'd probably still be a bit nicer. It would feel a bit better, so you gotta pace yourself with these kind of gag mangas to keep it fresh, keep it nice. Don't just sit and read it in one sitting like I did. Those eyes convey the exact amount of brain cells the cat's turned up. I know, right? It's amazing. He looks like he's gonna run on my keyboard mid-game. He does. Or at least he tries to like get on the controller when she's playing. So yes, if that's the impressions you're getting, then yes, that just shows how great this artist is, because that's exactly what that cat does. 10 out of 10, beautiful cat drawings. Even if you want it for nothing else, just beautiful cat drawings. Cat is cat, does cat things. Cat. Next. Abandoned Empress, 3 and 4. I got 4 volumes into this. Oh no, wait, no, that's not what I want. Sorry, 1 second. The places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Anyway. Sorry, I put Sonic songs on. No! What button am I pressing again? No, that's my lighting. That's that one. There we go, that's how I move myself again. I've done it like 5 times perfectly, and then that time I forgot. Yeah, Strawberry Man and Blueberry Man. This manga does, well, it's a manhwa technically, does have the wonderful, amazing thing of color-coded boys, and I do love some color-coded boys. There's a lot of otome that have color-coded boys, and I appreciate them. I appreciate Utapri. I appreciate Amnesia. I appreciate boys with their own colors. So this is the Blueberry Man and the Strawberry Man. I also love a boy with the red hair and the blue eyes, both of them very bright. I don't know what it is about that color scheme. Look at him. It pops. It pops so well. But I did actually drop the series. Is there a cold Duke of the North? Oh, wait for it, Howdy. Wait for that one. He's not in this series, but we'll get to the cold Duke of the North. Don't you worry. I love him so much. I did actually drop this series. So it's about a girl who, she was supposed to be Empress. She was raised to be Empress. They thought she was the predestined child to be the Empress. But when she hit about 18, a girl got summoned from another world. She's the destined child now. She is the abandoned Empress. She has some horrible stuff happen to her in the first volume. Then she dies. And then she wakes up again as her younger self, knowing what's going to happen, knowing she is not going to be Empress. She starts to try build a life and build skills that will make sure that when the time comes and she is abandoned, that, you know, she won't end up in the horrible situation she was before. We hope, we pray. I feel like when it got to this volume, we were losing sight of that a little bit, which is why I dropped it. 3, I was still okay with. She was doing her sword training and all that. 4, I don't know. She just started getting so weak as a protagonist. She, like... It very messily dealt with her trauma. And I just didn't enjoy it, and it just kind of dropped off. And again, I'm paying like 15 quid a pop for each volume, and I need to be into it to spend that much money, and I wasn't, so I've actually dropped this series. However, it is beautiful. I will give that the art is very pretty. Definitely doesn't sound like a certain other novel involving an empire. Probably. There's a lot of these on Webtoon, let's face it. I mean, there is at least 1 or 2 others on this list that will probably have very similar sounding descriptions, so it does not surprise me whatsoever that you've heard that summary before. Next. The other Madoka spin-off I read. Yeah, remember what button it was this time. Yeah. No. Let's put it on. Puelamaki Suzune Magica! This one, I don't... This probably says so much more about it than whether I could give you the description, but I barely remember what happened in this book. Timun Empire, yes! Very much so, very similar. There was beheadings in both, I believe. But yeah, stuff happened. Characters died. Secret twin reveal. Trauma? I don't know. The fact that I can't give you any specifics says a lot about it, doesn't it? I remember saying if I read this before Oriko, I probably would have had a better time. I'm an otome trash connoisseur and can attest it takes about 80 chapters before most Korean manhwa stories drift too far from the original premise. That is probably how many I got in 4 volumes, if you think about it. There's like 10 to 20 volumes, chapters in a volume-ish. So, yeah, probably about that. So yeah, I have nothing to say. I got nothing for Suzune. Some of the designs were nice, but weirdly skimpy for young girls, but you know, magical girls, bro. Next. Yay! Everyone's favorite Mia Luna Tearmoon and her granddaughter from the future, who's come to try and stop bad things from happening. But problem is she's just as smart as her grandmother and doesn't quite remember all the details. I love Timun Empire. I need to read more Timun Empire. This is... The fact there's only 1 volume of this on this list this year is really sad. There's so many. And I need to catch up. This one! Yes! I love that they did that in the anime. It fits her so well. Because obviously I'm reading the English, so it doesn't really do that in the English. But this one! Mia Luna Timun, this one! It fits her so well. She's so wonderful. Local princess attempts to stop French Revolution. Local princess attempts to stop French Revolution. Yes. And it's glorious. Local princess with 2 brain cells tries to stop French Revolution. Luckily, she has a cheat sheet and is just very lucky. Also, high charisma. Very high charisma. Her charisma stat has got her through almost all of this. And it's so good. I love the otome trope of I just make everyone's lives better. I want to do that. I just want to, like, stumble into people's lives and be like, I'm going to solve all your problems by accident. You know that saying, I'm going to cause problems by accident? This is, I'm going to solve problems by accident. I love it. This and Katarina, same sort of energy, but Katarina actually means to solve people's problems. But she still kind of does it by accident. Mia doesn't care as much about people's problems. She is still a selfish little bitch, but she's a selfish little bitch that serves herself, and serving herself serves everyone else. We love her. She's now joined with her time-traveling granddaughter. She also has 2 brain cells. Together they have 4 brain cells and 20 charisma. It'll do. They can only crit fail on charisma. They pass every single check. It's fine. That's what my bard does in D&D now. She has so much charisma. Charisma out the wazoo. Yeah. There needs to be more than 1 book next year. That is, if there's any kind of resolution I want to make for next year, it's to read at least 2 Timun Empire books next year, because it's just, it makes me so happy. I hope she gets a season 2, anime-wise. That would make me happy too. What else makes me happy? Colosseum pilot episode! We read this together! We did. It's very cheesy. We like cheesy. If you would like to see someone fall to their dark side, in the cheesiest, edgiest way possible, it is, in summary, it's an indie book. A fellow indie gave it to me to read on stream. And it is about a Las Vegas VR Coliseum that they made. It's a VR sensational game that's taken over the world. It's something like Tekken-ish, because it's more of like a one-on-one fighter thing. And one guy, one guy who's really good is getting arthritis, so he can't fight anymore, so he takes in like a few people. Shadow the Hedgehog level of cheese and edgy? Yes. Yes, it is. Very much so. And I will explain. So one guy, he's got arthritis. He's the best at the moment. He can't really play because it's getting to him. So he decides to start teaching people. He does fight one other guy for the final battle who's also doing really well. And he wins that one. He wins it by what a lot of people would term game bullshit. But it is a video game and not a martial arts tournament, though there seems to be some argument about that in the game, which is kind of an interesting concept in itself, because VR would appeal to martial artists as a thing. Anyway, the guy who loses goes on a revenge spiral. Not only does this guy who beat him, beat him via game bullshit, he also dates the woman he was fancying and then starts teaching these kids. And he goes on this horrible dark spiral thing, and there's this like being in the game that's like, give in to the dark side. And it's so funny. It's wonderful. And this was only the first episode. He only got to beat up one of the trainees. So we'll find out if there's more of this, how badly he beats the other trainees. It'd be great. It's very, 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 very cheesy. So the Colosseum pilot episode by Tom Falconer. Read live on stream. So if you would like to check it out for yourself. You could find the playlist, listen to a little bit of it if you like, see how cheesy it is. But not right now, because we're going to talk about the other book I read on stream this year, Letters in the Attic. Can I summarize this one well? This one's a YA, very YA. The YA, maybe not the YA-est YA I've ever read, but pretty darn YA. So, a girl moves to a small town, away from a big town, because her dad did a drunk driving accident and everyone in the town hated them after that. So they went to the small town, and in the small town there is a creepy forest. And in the creepy forest there is a magical society that no one knows about. And she meets a boy from the magical society and they kiss. Mwah. And other YA nonsense ensues. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's sometimes nice to read something that like is a bit more out of your wheelhouse. As much as I like romance sometimes, it's more very specifically otome anime romance, not like this like Western cheesy teenage stuff. In fact, I don't tend to like it when it's teenagers in general. I do prefer it to be adults. But this was kids, and it was good. You say drunk driving, I say freestyle drifting. No! No! That's bad! Bad, no. No freestyle drifting. No drunk driving. It's bad. Yeah. This one was good. Except if you like YAs, you will enjoy. If you don't like YAs, you might not enjoy. But it is also fun to give other new things a chance. The serial murder thing is a spoiler. Oh yeah, the serial murder thing. That is also a thing that happens. I'm mostly just focused on the romance. Sorry, one second, I'm just closing my blinds. It's getting a wee dark. But it's fine, I have a stage lighter. It's really bright and actually very warm. I did not realize how warm these things got. Holy shit. Anyway, the rest of us. It's only the drunk crashes that are the problem. Yeah, that's true. Have you read Riso no Hime no Sikatsu? No, I haven't. Is it good? Yeah, so that's that one. Next! A pal of... Me! Why did I spell check? A Spell of Scarlet. At least you have the book there that actually says the title. By Sonia Leung, one of the people, the woman responsible for my existence, in a way. Because this woman inspired me to write Moon Girl. And if I did not write Moon Girl, I would not have started this channel as a VTuber. So this is part of the reason why I exist. I had no idea where to start describing it. So, a pal. We have Rua, the fox lady, and Silas, the elf man. They are in love. They are destined for each other by the goddess. Because poor Rua is immortal. She keeps coming back every time she dies, and she has been lonely for a very long time. And the goddess promised her that there would be one for her eventually. And in comes Silas, the weaver. He can use all the kinds of magic because he too is blessed by the goddess. And then they cut together and they smooch a lot. And she has lots of trauma. And he has some trauma. And they have to face that trauma. But they do it together, cause they smooch. It's a very good series. There is so much art. It is a light novel, technically. But you know how some light novels, they have like most of their art in the front half of the book? So they'll have like 3 or 4 bits of art in the front half of the book, then maybe 1 or 2 at the end. This one has a image every other page. There is very few double page spreads of actual text in this book. It may as well have been like a full-on manga. But it was really good for it because you got a really good idea, you got a really good image of everything that's going on. The only thing I'd say about her books is they always have like there's basically always 2 stories in them and then an interlude. So there's always like the first story and then that concludes, and you have like a little interlude which is normally from another character's perspective, which is nice because you get to see our protagonists from like a different character's perspective, which is always good because they always come across a lot more scary from someone else's view. But I also would like to take that out, and I just want to get back to them. Them. It's good. It's good though. Do look up Risa no Himeno Isekai, but does things so differently. Man tries to stop social pressure from getting harem, but he just wants to be loyal with his wife. Oh, I love something like that. I love a man who just loves his wife. That's the best kind of character. That's the kind of guy you want to get behind. A man who just loves his wife. It's also Arabian style rather than European style. Oh, that's fun. We like it when other cultures are explored. There's another one on here that's similar. Not similar in plot, but just another culture explored in a way that should be explored more. But yes, check out Sonia Leung. She's very cool. Next! I got paid for this one as well. Princess. Oh, Prophecy. I believe you guys described this one as Monty Python meets Konosuba. It's really good, actually. I loved this book. It was so silly, but everyone got like a really nice character moment as well. It was comedic, but it had some heart as well. So it's about a princess who hears about a prophecy and is like, well, apparently I need to go do the prophecy things. But she's kind of supposed to marry a vampire man, and everyone's like, well, it's good for the kingdom. He's so sweet. I mean, don't pay attention to the fact that all his other wives died. I mean, that's just bad luck on his part. So she's 1, going for the prophecy, 2, running away from an arranged marriage that will inevitably kill her. Monty Suba, or is it Kono Python? Ooh, I like Monty Suba. I think that sounds nicer. Kona Python is a strange thing. Or is that the better one because it sounds strange? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. But it was a goof. I think I read the start of this one on stream, which is why I got your guys' opinion on the tagline. So if you are interested, check out my reading stream playlists, and you can probably find this somewhere. It is a good goof. Chris indeed a watery tart. Yes. Yes, she is. Next! Short stories! So these were Sherlock ones. I don't really have a picture for Sherlock stories. Sorry, I had my leg up on my my seat. So some of the videos, I was just like, I don't know what to stream. So I read some short stories. I can't remember Case of Identity. I can't remember. No way! I remember it was Irene Adler's first short story, and she lived on Briony Lane, and it was spelled the same in everything. Because there are ways to spell Briony, different ways to spell Briony. You can spell it Briony, like I do, or the incorrect way. No, a lot of people spell it this way. It's not incorrect. Or Bryony. So it could have 2 Y's in it. Or if you're really weird, and I've had some people do this on Starbucks cups and things when I've used this name before, it could be Bryony. It's really weird. There's so many ways to spell this name. But anyway, so that was Irene Adler's one. And then the Red-Headed League was weird. It was like, the guy answered a thing to go to take a really easy job because he was a redhead, and the Red-Headed League apparently paid really well because they wanted to protect the sanctity of redheads and stuff. But he ended up just sitting in a room writing out a encyclopedia for a while while his assistant tried to use his shop to rob somewhere else. It was interesting. I should we should do like a proper Sherlock story at some point, not just these little short stories. They're fun. But we should do like Hound of Baskervilles or something at some point. I don't know if I've read a proper Sherlock story. I've read Warlock Holmes, not Sherlock Holmes. I've read a magical parody, but not the actual book. So we should probably do that at some point. But for now. The Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife. Oh my god, if you need some fluff in your life, this is the fluffiest, gooeyest, bestest manga you could ever ask for. It is so it's so sweet. You'll need to go to the dentist afterwards. Ugh. Do read Sherlock stories at family? Yeah, I'll put them on my list. So the premise is they live in a city where like all sorts of creatures are just their daily life happens. This Invisible Man runs a detective agency. Can confirm, very nice. It is lovely. And his secretary is a blind woman. And he's invisible. So she doesn't really tell the whole invisible thing. And they go on dates and it's really sweet. Just the sweetest thing. Absolutely. I got this volume from a friend. I borrowed it from them. And I'm so glad I did. It's just so soft. It also gave me, my fiance, an idea to go on a tea mixing date. You can do that. You can go to shops and tea shops, and sometimes they do tea making workshops. And this one had a date. From her perspective, it's just a detective romance story. Exactly, from her perspective, it's nothing. And they did that in this. And I was like, fiance, that's what we need to do. And then we did it, and it was great. We made our own tea together. It was great. We learned a lot about tea that day, too. I learned that matcha has, like, a lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine. But it, like, releases a bit slower than coffee. Which was good. Not only did this warm my heart, but it inspired a wonderful date I went on. Next! I read a lot of SCP. So I do these as Patreon streams. I'll just be down here. Sup. I couldn't tell you what most of these are. I could tell you some of the NPCs at NPCs? Nope, that's not right. SCPs. I could tell you what some of the SCPs I read were. The original Lobocop. Yes. Look at all these distortion buddies. SCP-999. Yes. I don't remember what it was, but yes. I remember reading many, but I couldn't put you a number to them because I'm terrible with numbers. Dates as well. Terrible with those. Little orange slime bot. Yes, I remember that. Yes. See, if you tell me that, I know. Number. Anti-depression slime. Mm-hmm. 0-0602. Yeah, there's a couple with big ones. Big things. I remember reading the tomato that hurts you if you make bad jokes. I love that one. I sent that to a friend. I was like, this is you. Because he takes personal offense to a lot of bad jokes. He's in fact our GM for our D&D sessions. So when we make bad puns in D&D, we get punished for them. It's terrible. Nothing there. What do you mean? Nothing there. (914). Yeah, 914 was interesting. I got kind of down a bit of a rabbit hole with 914. Because it ended up making and leading to a load of other SCPs, so I ended up just going like do and down a load of stuff, just like, what did you do? What is this? What is this? What is this? And we ended up down a big rabbit hole in that one. And that's fun. I kind of love it when that happens. This last one was wild. It was like the machine that was there to delete a concept from the universe, but then got kind of hijacked by that concept because it was the only thing that knew about that concept in order to delete it from the universe. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I remember the one about the cannon that shot mice, which sounds really benign and really, really harmless, but was actually kind of terrifying because it was attached to this, like, building that just didn't let people out. It was terrifying. If you want simple but great, does that not lead to a rabbit hole? But does not lead to a rabbit hole. Check out 4999. I'll take a note of it. Because I'll be doing more SCP streams in the future. Pen, still call. Here it is. SCP 4999. Yeah. So these are all the SCPs we read on Patreon streams. If you would like to watch me read these, then you should become a patron or a member of at least Bookworm or higher. And then we'll read more. I technically could do all my 10,000 in SCP. And then I would be good and I would be free of the library. But that would be cheating. I feel like I'd be told off by the library guardian if I did that. But it would be a lot quicker than what I'm doing. Next! Fury! This is another one where it's kind of a crime that I only have one of these on the list. It's terrible. SCP-348, A Gift from Dad, feels a good one. Ooh, I'll write that down too. Yay, it's our baby tanky girl. We love her. So this is the third book. She's just so silly. It's just so silly. It's just gals playing video games and breaking it. Break it all. Get all the skills. Do all the dumb shit. It's great. I love there's a bit in this one in particular where they're like, she'll be fine if we leave her alone for 2 seconds, right? Yeah, she won't do anything crazy, right? They leave. Come back. The sheep she was with is gone. And suddenly she can materialize cobbles. If it can be eaten, she's eaten it. The joys of min-maxing anime novel. It is, and it's so good. And being... the joys of not knowing how to play a video game. So that means you think of all the things that a video gamer would never think of. Like eating everything to get skills. Of biting your way through. I just watched Gun Girl recently and I've realised Len's very like that as well. Where it's like, I will just eat my way through. I don't have any weapons, but I have my teeth. When in doubt, eat. That's what these games are teaching. These books are teaching me anyway. Eat your way to skills. Next! Again, actually no, one last point on this. This needs to go in the same box as Tear Moon Empire. There should be at least 2 of these on next year's slideshow. It's important. Would you consider VR novels an isekai? Technically correct. I'd say it's different genre in isekai, but it's technically isekai. Because everyone calls Sword Art an isekai. It's technically a VR game. They can't get out, but it's technically a VR game. And this one barely has any real world in there. It has like some talk of their personal lives. Like, oh, so-and-so can't make this event. Because... plot. But I would call them isekai. They still have all the tropes of isekai. They're just not tracked there. One sec, I just want to do this. Success. You don't consider them isekai? I get that. I think isekai is very different now to where it was once upon a time. So I guess gaming book, isekai book. It just happens that many isekai have video game mechanics. Yeah, exactly. But some of them don't. But then they mostly do, don't they? They all have the kind of, oh, he's level so and so, and he's level so and so. Yeah. And then you've got Dan Matching just sitting there being like, I'm not an isekai, but I have all the isekai tropes. Being a wonderful series, don't get me wrong. But just confusing everyone into thinking it might be an isekai, but it's not an isekai. Next! Oh, it's me! Hey, look! I wonder who that says it's by. Stories and Law by... Oh, who's that? Briony Rose Smith? Never heard of her. I don't know who that is. It's me. It's me. Yeah, I wrote this one. This one is available on my website. And hey, that Botrix link that just popped up as well. You can get it through there as well. I wonder who that is. She sounds lovely. I think she's a great person. I think she'd make a great VTuber. In fact, I think everyone should watch her. And all that. Yeah! I've written 5 books now. This is just the one I published last year. There will be another short story coming out soon. I think she released some series about Moon Girl and a dinosaur. Oh no! Not a dinosaur, just Moon Girl. Do not get me sued by Marvel, please. But that's me! Yeah! So this has a bunch of short stories in and some VTuber lore. The VTuber lore, for the most part, is available in a video on my channel. What was that video called again? I'm going to check. Blah, 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 blah. VTuber lore. My time trapped in the library. That's kind of what's written in here. Not all of it, but some of it in there. The Divine Comedy is the first isekai story. That's true. Go. But yeah, check out my books. I wrote books that are cool. Also has short stories in that are only available to Patreons. There's a cyberpunk detective one where he's trying to find the killer of his daughter, and then maybe finds out something he shouldn't have. And then there's what other ones are in there? Best Mom in the World, I think, is in there, where a kid finds a trapdoor under the carpet and then finds out about a very, very strange family history and the strange state of his world. It's like a 7-year-old, I think, I was trying to write in the voice of. But I don't know about kids, so I don't know if I got that right. Depths of the Dungeon is another one in there, where they go to the bottom of an RPG dungeon. And I took it as very literal. It is a very literal dungeon. There are things in there that should not get out. And many other wonderful stories. Shill, shill, shill. Spend, spend, spend. Next! Kingdom of Quartz! I get mad. When I go to the shops for manga shopping, I keep looking for the second book of this, but I can't find it anywhere. It's about angels who live in a little angel society. And there's this little girl who's like, yeah, I'm gonna go be a military angel and it's gonna be great, I'm gonna save the world. And then her orphanage gets attacked by demons, and her wings, her black wings, do some weird shit. And everyone thought she was cursed because of these wings. And she might actually be. Terribly. We don't know. But a lot of the Lord's family houses in this book have very interesting names, like Lovecraft. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to get the list out. You better watching the review video, because that me remembers this a bit easier. but it was very good. It said on the back it was inspired by the likes of Madoka Magica and Witch Hattertalia. So that says a lot about it already as well. It was very good, and I want to find the second one, but I can't find it anywhere because I don't think it was popular enough. Or maybe it's just taking a while. I don't know how new it is. I'd have to look it up. Wait, is it a Yeni? Is it a Yeni, Pressy? I don't know. Next. Penguin and House. I got lent this one by a friend for the same reason that she lent me The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife, because she thought, oh, that's a cute story, you might like it. I do and I don't. I love this penguin. This poor penguin is doing his best. But this man, thank you for turning the light on. This man needs to be punished. Why? Because he does not appreciate everything this penguin does. So this penguin like bends over backwards for this man to does his very best to make him a nice meal, clean his stuff, and this man just is just like, oh, I'm not hungry. Or he comes in and tracks more mud everywhere. I want to slap him. I would like kick his butt. He deserves a big butt kicking. Down the stairs, preferably. Because gravity helps out when you do that. You don't have to be strong. You just go down the stairs with you. And hopefully it is just hurt at the bottom and not dead. We don't want him dead. I just want him punished for not appreciating his little penguin friend. Everyone else does. His best friend does. But he doesn't. And it's a crime. Crimes! Higurashi! So this counted. This is not a book. This is a video game. Nope. But it counts because there's so much freaking reading in it. Because it's literally only reading. I would even dare not really call Higurashi a game. Like, a visual novel normally has choices. Has at least that tiny semblance of gameplay. Higurashi doesn't. Higurashi's just... It's a visual novel in the purest sense. In that it is a novel with pictures and is visual. But it's not a game. It is just a visual novel, which is not a bad thing. Higurashi is straight up a novel. It's straight up a novel with pictures. And we read the second chapter on stream this year, Wataganashi, which was one of my favorite chapters when I was watching the anime a long time ago. But I remembered finding the ending a little confusing. I feel like this one kind of cleared up a little bit, or at least you guys helped clear it up a little bit at the end. But I feel like this is the one where the most physically crazy someone gets until Rena later on. And I worry about the next chapter we have to read. Because I don't like that chapter. It's just sad. It's not crazy. It's just sad. I don't really want to read the sad chapter. Meh. But we have to if we want to carry on. If we want to get to the end. If we want to see the truth behind the Higurashi. It might get procrastinated a lot, for the record. The ending with the overly drawn out explanation of the history is a bit of a pace. Yeah, Higurashi does have issues with pacing in the first place anyway. I feel like you spend half a chapter just fluffing, and then as soon as the shit hits the fan, it's great, it's wonderful, the tenseness and stuff like that. And then, like you said, we got to that bit where they started explaining too much of the history, and it was just sort of... could be better. It's legendary for a reason, because some of the lines that were coming out of it were fire. But was it really enough to convince me to read chapter 3? I don't know. Maybe I did as a recording, not as a stream thing. Because, like, I have so many things I want to stream. So many things. enjoy it though. It was good. Next! They call me Princess Case. And they still call me Princess Case. Books what? Nope. I didn't want to change that. There we go. Can I get my legs up? Oh, there we go. So this is 2 books in a series of 5. Then I'm reading the 3rd one at the moment called My Name is Princess Case. So it's all about a dude who wakes up in the body of a medieval-esque princess. It's an isekai. It's a gender-bend isekai where he becomes a princess. And it's like, oh no, we're at war. What do I do? Oh no, they want to marry me off as well. No, it's not that. It's that all of the family's basically dead. The name change arc is gonna be crazy. It is. It's really good. I'm trying to explain it well. It's... You know how a lot of isekai gloss over the whole technology change and things like that? This one doesn't. They may not call me Princess Case anymore. Sometimes it takes a real man to be best girl. It do. And this one is very good. I really like the character of Case is. I think it treats the gender change really well as well, because there's a whole scene in the first book. It's basically the first time he has to have a bath. And he points out that, like, yeah, I know what you're thinking when you think you're transformed into a girl, but this is not what I'm thinking. It's feckin' weird! Because it would be weird! Everyone does the, haha, I know what I would do if I changed gender. It's like, no, you would. No, you would panic. You would have some horrific dysphoria. And I think it's treated really well in this book. I really respect the author and how he, like, treats the whole situation. How he treats the historical bits of this. How he treats the protagonist as well. Because he also hasn't gone, okay, well, he knows all this shit. He knows about guns or something like that. No, he knows, like, some average shit. Some guy who, like, maybe watches some documentaries on YouTube knows about. It's very good. It's a really good series. I'm very much enjoying it. And who knows, you may see me talk about this series more in the future. Hopefully this year. Hopefully. Working on some things. Me and Mr. PD Ball, we chatting. So keep an eye on this one. Maybe even check it out. Or wait until I speak to you about it. Who knows? You're really gonna enjoy Risa no Himeno then. They tackle the same problems. Oh, nice! Very good, very good. Next! Red Hood and the Outlaws. I literally only read the first issue of this because it was the only one I had. So this was when I started one of my many failed TikTok series. Reading my neglected comic book pile. The power of knowing random things that don't exist from a 3-hour-long video is not to be underestimated. It's not! He does know some interesting things, but... Yes, this is Red Hood Maiden. This is a former Robin who got murdered and then came back to life angry. Not that... They did retcon it that he was angry beforehand too, and this was the book apparently that did that. But I only ever had the one issue. So I read this and it was basically just Red Hood's backstory. And it was good. I enjoyed it. Art was fantastic. There's this picture of Batman standing over him and it's so imposing. It's like, god damn, I can see why the criminals are a bit afraid of you, because he's a very imposing man, is Batman. Very imposing. The character in Risa no Himeno spent like 3 chapters trying to deal with the heat and insects, since this was medieval Arabia. Oh, that's gonna be like a little realism. I feel like a lot of the Japanese ones kind of like gloss over a lot of that. He's a murdery bastard. He's a bit of a murdery bastard. He got murdered, but he murders other people now. It's fine. Literally too angry to die. I know a certain guy on Mars who would get along with that. I know a certain guy in the Yorkshire Moors that would get along with that. But yes, that's Red Hood. I read a little bit of Red Hood. I didn't even get to the Outlaws part. We just had Red Hood. And honestly, he's a cool character. I don't know if he's my favourite Robin, but he's up there. I like an edgy boy. Especially since someone on TikTok pointed out the similarities between Red Hood and Shadow the Hedgehog. And now it's been very hard to separate the two. Which means he may be a favourite Robin. I don't know. I like Dick Grayson as well, though, because he has the greatest ass in all of DC. How can we not love him? And I love Timmy because he's my fiance's favourite. He's not mine, but I love him for being my fiance's favourite. And we love Damie because he's a baby. And Steph and the Cass. Are they Robins? I know there's Lady Robins too. I know less about it though. Anyway! Red Hood. Next! Checkmate Pawn Breaks. We're in DC land in general. So Checkmate was an organization in DC. Little Murderous Baby Damien. We do love Little Murderous Baby Damien with his little sword. He just goes stabby stabby. Oh my god, I'm reading a fanfic at the moment. So yeah, Sonic 3's got me into the fanfic hole again. And I'm reading a fanfic right now where it's Damien and Superman's son John. I have some Super Sons comic as well. They've grown up, they're engaged now, and they've adopted Shadow the Hedgehog. It's great. And it's wonderful. And it's the shitty crossovers I love in my life. Anyway, Checkmate. Pawn Breaks. Spy espionage stuff with Amanda Waller being a bitch, as usual. Interesting fanfic. It's the best. No, it's not the best. I don't know what the best fan... No, I know what the best fanfiction I've ever read is. I actually do. It's called Uninvited Guests. We're not going to talk about this for a minute. We're going to talk about something completely different right now. I feel like I should be concerned about that, but at the same time, it sounds like hell of a rude. It's good! It only has one chapter at the moment, but it's good. It's good. I love it. I can't wait for them to just be dads to Shadow. It's gonna be great. Anyway, Uninvited Guests was a comedy fanfic of Bleach, where it's gonna be hard to convince, to explain if you don't know Bleach. But Squad 11 got burned down because their lieutenant tried to make a cake. It's a Bleach comic. So they moved in with Squad 10 and chaos ensued and it went so crazy. It went balls to the wall crazy. It was so good. It accumulated in the big bad Aizen stealing the main character's protagonist powers. So he was the protagonist now. So he was going to win everything. And how did they stop him? They took the Wolf Captain Konomura, put him in some dark armor and triggered a filler arc. It was so good! They just played with all sorts of little tropes. It was just amazing. One of the best fanfics I have ever read. It was just so very, 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 very silly. And was one of the first fanfics I ever read. Nothing's ever really... Maybe it's nostalgia that I love it, I'm not gonna lie. But wow, it was good. It was so good. Anyway, Checkmate Pawn Breaks. It was good. It was DC. It did things, and there was spy nonsense. I did look up trying to find the second one, but I tried to explain it. We would be here for a while if I tried to explain that with more context, but it was funny. And just take me on my word with that. I read this. This one, So this is a graphic novel. This is what I think of when graphic novel. In that it has a novel, it has many words, but it has many graphics. You know how kids' books have like the words and the pictures interact? This one does that. It does it in such a way. So like, if it says the word stairs, it'll have like the stairs, and it'll have the word stairs going up the stairs kind of thing. Or if it has the word smoke, the smoke will be like actually drawn, but it'll have the word smoke coming out of it. It's so good. It's so well done. And the story in it's really good as well. So it's about a woman, a witch, who's been burned at the stake. It starts raining, so she just survives it. She's very badly burned, and she is on her recovery journey, basically. So she finds out who she is, because she's lost her memories after it. She finds out why she was burned. And it's a very heartfelt and warming journey about recovery and looking after yourself, and done so well with the art and everything. It's just highly recommend. Highly. This is the kind of story that's gonna stay with me for a while. It wasn't just entertaining, it just speaks to you a little bit. Briony's an arsonist confirmed. No, I definitely come from a family of arsonists. I'm the least arsonistic in my family. That's a new word I've just made up, arsonistic. Check out A Witch's Guide to Burning. It's very good. It's also a very nice book. It's like a lovely hardback. You see all these little details around the side as well? They're like a nice foil red. Obviously very hard to pick up in the picture, but they're a nice foil red. It's a very pretty book. Pretty. So if you like books for aesthetic reasons, this is also a wonderful one to pick up. Regal! God of War! Family drama! This one is a novel. One of the few novels I actually managed to read this year. One of the few novels I managed to read off stream this year. I should probably put that in there. But it's about a strange culture, a strange alien culture that has like two different sects, I guess. You've got like your warriors and your normal people. And your warriors, they're taken from birth and put into this thing called the Hive, where they're basically tortured from birth until they're really tough and don't see their parents or the outside until they're like 13, 14. Then they're brought out. And they have been molded and they're very strong because of all the shite they've been through. But they're also obviously a bit emotionally stunted. And also find anyone... So the Spartan education. Yeah, pretty much Spartan education, but for an entire race of people. And it centers around the royal family of that lot. Lots of drama. Lots of betrayals. And ends with the dad going to Earth. Because Earth exists. Their gods are originally from Earth. And, like, came to this place and, like, ascended, basically. And then they're gonna have to go deal with whatever happened there, because he did not come back. So I am curious to read the next one. I have it. Because I bought this at a Comic-Con. I bought it from the author herself. And I've got them signed and everything. It's great. But it's very interesting. I think if you're into some sci-fi and you want something that doesn't feel like it has to have a human perspective, this is pretty good. As much as like the normal humans, the normal people are very human-ish, it's technically no humans to be seen. I feel sorry there's a god that came from this hellhole. There's multiple gods that came from this hellhole. It's fine. You know how great gods we'd make, and how weird of a society we'd make. Yeah, Regal. God of War by Victoria Bates. Lore Olympus! So technically I didn't read all of Lore Olympus this year, but I'd read a lot. I hadn't been adding it to my list, so I just counted it all this year. But it is wonderful. Romance, drama, Greek mythology, fantastic art, great fashion, Ugh. So this is the story of Hades and Persephone. A very popular story to reimagine every so often. But you've got the human world, which is Greece, you know. And you've got Olympus and the underworld that are modern technology and things like that. So you've got the sort of juxtaposition of those two is very interesting. Her use of colour is amazing too. I remember there was an interview with the writer of this once where it's like, oh, so what colours do you decide each god's going to be? Is there any particular reason behind it? She was like, no, just colour combinations. But does it have musical cut-ins? I don't know. I read all my webtoons muted, so I wouldn't know. However, it is all available on Webtoon. It does have like physical hardbacks, which look freaking amazing. The vibes dictate the colour. The vibes, and she says what scenes they're going to be in, because obviously the underworld is a lot of blues and stuff like that. So it's good to have maybe some brighter characters in there. Or if they're going to be in Olympus more, they're very bright colours as well. But obviously it does need to fit the vibe. Like, would it be Aphrodite if she wasn't a kind of pinky purple? I mean, the orange for Ares is interesting. I've seen Lord Olympus in Waterstones, but never actually bought it. It's very good. If you want some drama, romance, a very well dealt with essay. Essay is obviously very bad, but the way it's dealt with in this is very seriously, and just generally very well. It's not shoved off or used as a gimmick or anything. It's very well done. Very respectful. Much respect. And for general Greek mythology nerds, I think it's very fun. Like, what it actually builds up to in the end is very satisfying. It's good. 10 out of 10. Good series. Next! Major Demon Queen! So, for the gays out there, for our resident lesbians, or bis, in some cases, gay. This is a wonderful series. It's about Mallory, the mage, and her undying love for the Demon Queen. She is a very powerful mage and a very useful mage. She has braved the dungeon, the tower that the demons live in, on and on and on and on again. Not because she wants to defeat the Demon Queen, because she wants to woo her. Every time she gets to the top of the tower and she's like, date me! And the Demon Queen's like, what the fuck? And eventually, things go on. And they do eventually fall in love. There's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of other drama. It plays around with a lot of isekai tropes and things as well. It's really comedic. It's such a great web novel. It's another 10 out of 10, really. I have no bad things to say about it. It's very good. They love each other, eventually. You just stick with a chalkboard. Gay! You know what? I mean, let's go. Yes, Chase! Yes! Get in on it! Get in on Mage and Demon Queen. It is so good. Homosexuality, your Christian Minecraft server. Oh my! I mean, it's better than military codes. It's so gay. These two are very gay. So the gayest of gay. The gayest gay is gay. I lost words to the gay. Absolutely gay. Next! Not gay! No? Yuri. Oh my god, if they had a Yuri anime. I would love for these two to get a Yuri anime. That would be the best. But until then, Wayne Family Adventures! Yay! DC nonsense. The Tumblr posts come to life. Kinda gay. Batman Wayne Family Adventures. Kinda, I guess. We do have Timmy. Timmy's bi. So that's a little bit of gay. Oh yeah, he does have his whole, like, arc with his boyfriend, doesn't he? So yeah, a little gay. A little bit of gay. In our Wayne family adventures. So this, for those who don't know what it is, it's basically wholesome Batman. It is nice. I need to read more of it. I haven't read a lot. Like I said, I've only been to chapter 64. So, I'm a little behind. Family bonding and talking. It is a little. Only gays talk about their feelings with their families. God. No, it is. It's wonderful family bonding. I've been getting into Chinese web novels a lot recently, though the vast majority are terrible, and they're all stupidly long. That's fair. I've been trying, because some of the ones that we've seen here are based off novels. So you've got Abandoned Princess, Gently Raised Beast, and a few of the other novels we're about to see on this list are also based off some of Chinese sort of web novel-y things. So I've been trying to get into them a little bit, but I don't have that much time to read. Hence why there's so many comics on this list. But we know this is a wonderful, wholesome one. I don't need to sell it to you. If you're interested in Batman, you're already reading this, so... Yay! So I wanted to add this in, but I didn't really have a good image. So we went through all the Sonic OC trading cards that I got from the Sonic Con. We also read Dr. Gerald's diary in the Sonic and Shadow Generation streams. Just adding them on because they deserve to be here. I should probably be adding more of the Runa books on here as well, since I was adding them originally. I need to go through that. And then recalculate where I'm up to. Why did I think it was a pack of Oreos? I guess it's the kind of color. Most Chinese web novels are those convoluted power system, and the prettiest one. And the most pettiest one-dimensional bad guys. Oh, that's sad. Honestly, one-dimensional bad guys are funny. You generally don't read Xenia's stuff for deep plot. That's true. Yeah, I did that. This one I think I've kind of dropped. I haven't bothered reading this one again. But it was Leveling Up My Husband to the Max. I hate this title. I hate this title. It's stupid. It has nothing to do with the actual plot. There's no leveling up. She's not even trying to make him a good husband in it. She's just dealing with him. It's not. So this is another one where she went to go live with this man. He ran off on their wedding night to go fight monsters. Then he went to war. She barely saw him. And when they did, he was basically a battle-hardened guy who barely cared about her. And then eventually she was miserable and died. Yay! And now she woke up again on her wedding night. And she's decided to change things. So like I said, this is the second time we've had that summary. We may have it at least one more time. This is a trope of the romance genre right now. Literally a support character. Your favourite bad guy motivation is, I'm evil and want to attain power and immortality via blood, magic, and sacrifice. Yeah! You may have read this before. I wouldn't be surprised if you did. The whole thing, I think, is on Webtoons, so... I wasn't that in. I think the start was interesting. When she basically went up to him like, no, you're not leaving on our fucking wedding. Not in those words. She did it so much more politely. But that change and then his changes going on is interesting. Her not quite believing his changes eventually, I don't know. And then then you had to deal with the mother-in-law, and she was kind of fun. And there's an interesting bit with her sister. So her sister's a mage. The reason she got shipped off to marry this man was because her sister had so much magical talent that basically they couldn't risk her getting married off. She was too valuable, and she was the less valuable sister, unfortunately. But there's an interesting thing that they actually are kind of addressing her being reborn again. Which I find a lot of them don't do. They just kind of go, oh, a god did it. And then kind of just leave it at that. So I'm curious to pick it back up to see what it says about that. But other than that, not so much. It might be blending together with the other man where the person also had a husband left for war and they drifted apart. If it's like 3 novels. Yeah. It is a popular trope. They also have terrible titles, so. All the details you're saying is not narrowing it down. Okay, specific detail. Yeah, mother-in-law definitely isn't narrowing it down. He has a bowl cut, that's why his hairline's like that. No, I don't think how I could narrow this down from others, honestly. I can't think of a single thing that's like actually kind of unique about this one, which says a lot in itself. Oh, there we go. I thought I was facing a weird way then. There we go. So we'll carry on! You remember saying about Charming Dukes of the North? Here he is! He's beautiful! She's beautiful! Everything in this man was beautiful! I cannot. He's charming. He's the Duke of the North. She's a Korean actress who went to go do a stunt on set, and the stunt went wrong, and then she woke up in a forest, and the charming Duke found her and was like, convenient. I need someone to act as my fiancé or as my lover. Because my fiancé got murdered, I would like to find out who did it. Would you be bait for me? And she's like, well, I don't have another choice. I'm in another world. I have no idea what I'm doing. Good thing I'm good at acting, though. It's so good. She is so pretty. Maiden, she's so pretty. She is so pretty. He's so pretty. They're both so pretty. Yeah, it's good when the bottle slots splits. That's how good this one is. They're both so pretty. I need to read more of it. I do. I love them. They're getting to a point now in it, though, where they've kind of figured out what's going on. I feel like I'm still not angled correctly. Yeah. Duke of the North is my favorite character, but I need her haircut. Yeah. It's this. I don't think it's always shaded like that. To be fair, this is just a very nice picture of it. A series with somewhat similar vibes to this is the reason why Relina ended up at the Duke's mansion. Oh, I will look that up then, because I like the vibes of this one. Charming Duke of the North gives off Santa Claus met his wife vibes. Another Duke of the North romance I recommend is another typical fantasy. I love this. I'm getting so many recommendations from you guys. Yes. Wonderful. So another typical fantasy. Story. Anna. I will look these up. Because I love this one. I think this is one of my favorites at the moment. It's just, I love Selena as her character. She's pretty badass, but not like she's not picking up a sword and being completely badass. And things get to her still. She's fallible. She's very cool, very amazing, but fallible. And I like that. We don't want a Mary Sue who can take on everything. She still gets a bit shaky and scared, and that's okay. No boy here. He's such a good boy. He takes a minute to warm up to it, but once he is, he's like, this is mine now. You cannot take it away, it's mine now. I will protect it with everything I have. It's so good. No, really, it's such called Duke of the North. Not, gone, that would be the plot twist. The Christmas secret. full of scars and just a fluffy bear. Yes! Oh, and I'm getting to the point in it at the moment where she's talking about having to go back because they have the answers they need, really. So I'm curious what's gonna happen next. I'll protect with everything I have. Me and my Vtuber friends. Yeah, I love this one. I love it so much. Next! I thought my time was up. I love this one too. I love this lots. So this character, the doctor told her she was gonna die in 3 months. So she was like, well, I'm gonna do everything that I was too scared to do. So she runs away from her family, who were awful and abusive to her. She decides that she's gonna go find a man. The hair in this one is going, yes it is. It's beautiful. She decides she's gonna go find a man, and she finds a man, and he's like, oh my god, he's so pretty. Of course he's had women before. I wouldn't break his heart or anything. I'll help cure his curse, which has kept other people away. And definitely won't break his heart at all when I run away. And he's like, oh my god, someone who will like deal with my curse, and she's wonderful and beautiful and I love her, and my heart will definitely break if she runs away. It's so good. I'm so excited to read more at some point. Bucket list anime. I'll try to put a screenshot of my recommendations. Yes, do it. I have written it down, but I might forget some because obviously my brain is a sieve. We all know this. So if you do want to put some recommendations, there is the book recommendations tab in the Discord. Feel free to put manhwa and everything in there as well. It doesn't strictly have to be books. I also have read this one before. This leads me to the oh no, I'm going to die soon subgenre. This is also a subgenre? Oh my god. I am really only just like I'm maybe like ankle deep in the manhwa world right now. There's so much to explore and find. It's great! What else we got? Pride and Prejudice! We wrote Pride and Prejudice! Aren't we so cultured? Oh heck yeah! It is quite popular. Nice. So they don't color merge with crossover image potential. I imagine that's a similar kind of one. Yeah, we read Pride and Prejudice. It was good. The sass was off the charts. You would think that the good girl 16th century girls wouldn't talk like that, but Elizabeth cannot be stopped. She slays, regardless of time period. Check out Villainess is Destined to Die. Ooh. You guys are dictating what's going to be on next year's slideshow. Next! It's me again! It's me! Little Red and the Baba Yaga, the bitchy game I made. The bitchy game is available on itch.io and you can get it for $3.99. I think it's 50% off now, actually. Because I put it on sale, bro. We put it on sale. I'm going to give you a link because I love you. Little Red. It counts. It counts as reading. This isn't just novels. This is reading. If we can count Higurashi, we can count Little Red and the Baba Yaga. That is my justification. You know that one. Wonderful. I don't have a link ready to go. Yeah, it's 50% off right now. If you hadn't already caught it, you should go get it right now. Here you go. Have a link. Oh yeah, that one. Super Nerd made it, so I don't know if it's worth the read. It's definitely worth the read. Oh wow, is that Little Red and the Baba Yaga made by Briony Rose Smith, author of Moon Girl, which is now available on itch.io? Yes, it is! How many people have actually gotten it so far? So a lot of all the Patreons and members got it for free. In terms of my actual sales, though, I have done 1, 2, 3, 4 sales. Which, you know, ain't great, but to be fair, at least I got... One guy tipped $10, so someone bought this for $13. Yeah, Maiden, I gave you it for free in exchange for content. You haven't given me content. Tut, 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 tut. And then 2 people bought it for $5, even though it's only $3. So I've been nicely tipped for it, at least. I've had the equivalent of... Now I have to do some maths. 23, 26... 26 divided by 3 is that. You convince people to give you money, that's a win. Exactly. I'm proud of it. I'm happy. 3D me? Yeah, it is, Prezi. Hello, welcome. Yeah. Available on Itch.io right now. My god, my legs need to stop doing that. Please stop. I don't think they're gonna listen to me. If I did this, I made this video game and you should go play it. Yeah! Next! This was a tiny one-shot comic I bought called A Place of Our Own. So this will be when a comic book shop opened up recently near us, and it was great. Lucas had that problem as well, that the payment system doesn't work on Itchy. I will see if I can maybe get it listed up on my website as well, because then you can at least use PayPal or something like that. When you're free, because it'd be funny if you watch me play it. I would love to watch you play it. Just let me know when you're going to stream it. I'll let you know if I'm free. So this is A Place of Our Own. It was like a little... It was only like 5-10 page comic, so it like wasn't much. It was about a dude who literally whisks people off to a nice little paradise to chill out and separate themselves from their anxiety and then go about their life. Which sounded great. Oh no, I would be in the background of Maiden streams going, 1, 0, 1. And Maiden would be like, what are you saying? And I'm just like, 1, 2. Warning. Because I know the background numbers. It would be content. It would be good content. We will make the content. Sorry. Sonic music in the background distracted me. But yeah, this was a good comic. Like I said, just still standalone. I bought it from our comic book shop because I was like, I want to pay for something in my comic book shop because I want to support my local comic book shop. And it was okay. I was interested. But it was only a little one shot, so I don't feel like it even like started. Which is a shame. Next! The Sacred Damned! My fiance bought this one, and then he was like, hey, you should read it. And I read it, and it was good. So this is what I was talking about when we were talking about it being more interested when things are based on other cultures rather than typical ones. So this is basically John Constantine, but for like Islamic mythology rather than biblical mythology. So she's dealing with jinn in it, which is very cool. It's very good. So it's part of a series of comics at the moment that are coming from all different like cultures and all different backgrounds. So there's like an Indian John Wick and things like that in the series. So unfortunately, it's only a standalone at the moment, but maybe it will get more in the future. It's very good. And as you can see, the art is quite nice. Obviously, this is the cover art, so it's a bit more fancy than what's inside. But what's inside is still also good. Made in the cryptic Okay, next, we only have 15 minutes left of the stream. I think we are near the end of the books, though, so I think we've timed this well. Black Butler! There's always going to be some Black Butler on here. This is the one manga I can keep up with. We gotta stop the blood farms! Stop the blood farms! We're gonna go write fan fiction. Have fun, maiden. Bye. But yeah, Black Butler still going strong. Still having fun. We've had anime of it this year as well. We had the school arc. A friend mentioned they watched it. What's it about? It's about a small Victorian boy and his demon butler trying to get vengeance on the people who burned down his mansion a long time ago and killed his family. It's very good. And it's very good historically as well. What I love about these books is not just Sebastian being a wonderful, pretty man. Yeah, the Victorians, bro. Vicky's in this. Like I said, it's very historically good as well. Like, the one before this dealt with, like, the discovery of America and the, issue with the settlers had, shall we call it. It was really well done, in the way that was done. You have, in the anime coming up next, we're going to Germany and we're going to deal with some werewolves that have toxic gas that totally isn't mustard gas that they're inventing. Spoilers. There was the one before a few times ago. It's so well researched for Victorian times. And like the part of history it's in and how volatile it's becoming because it's on the lead up to World War One. So it's she's taking advantage of that really well in her writing, and I really love Black Butler for that. Also, we just stopped blood farms. Yay! It's a very good idea to stop the blood farms. World War One arc. They might get to that point if they don't solve this beforehand. I don't know. Day of the Dead Girl! We are near the end if this is the way. The children yearn for the mice. So Day of the Dead Girl is a comic series I picked up recently about a coroner who has moved back in with her mum, and her mum is a witch, and she's like, oh no, I believe in science. And she totally believes in science until she's like cutting up a body, doing her thing, turns around and there's a dead girl! There's a ghost! She's on the cover of the second one. Also, Mummy's having some issues because some people in her coven are getting murdered. And that's bad. People already dislike her coven, they have magical powers and stuff, but they keep getting murdered. So that's good. It's also written, the first name of that, I don't have a pen in my hand. Ali Mendez has anyone watched Lucifer? Because Ellie, Ellen the lab tech, she wrote this. And it's very good. It's very seeped into the Day of Dead Mexican culture, which is wonderful too. We like culture. Stranger reminds me of Blair Witch Project, and I haven't seen it, but the title. I don't think it has vibes of that. Blair Witch Project is like that hang cam movie, innit? This, not so much. I think this is a murder mystery with some magic and supernatural. And it's good. It's very good. I have been enjoying it. I look forward to January when the next issue will be out. Next! Wrong button. There we go. The Fade. So The Fade is another comic book series I've picked up because I want to support my local comic book shop. About a viral magical thing where... One second, I need to blow my nose again. No Hades. It's about a viral magical thing where like a little ritual people can do, and then when they go to sleep, they go to a magical world called the Fade. And it shows like in-universe TikToks of people showing them how to do this. And it follows these two characters who are going through some shit in life, just going through some young adult issues. She's very introverted and is trying her best to get out there more, but has like horrible anxiety. And this is her best friend, who's always been with her, always been able to pick her up, but she's starting to like curl into herself more. He doesn't know if he can help her and it's stressing him out. She feels like she's holding him back. He feels like he's failing her. It's terrible. Ugh. Terrible and very familiar. Yeah, the teen drama is a little bit too real. It hasn't quite gotten into the magical realm part, but the second one started to set up a little bit more about it. How they assume this fade isn't real. A lot of them just think they're having wild dreams because of this ritual. But it would seem that something happened to this guy in his little adventure that has started opening the door a little bit between worlds. So I'm interested where this goes. It's very high concept for something that only comes out in a few page issues every month. So I don't know how it's going to balance its pacing well, especially when it seems to be doing a lot about their out-of-fade lives, and I'm kind of more interested in the magical bit. But we'll find out. We'll see if it's for me or not in maybe the third or fourth comic. Oh no, this one's a boy. This one's a dude. The one over there is a girl. The other issue, this is a dude. The other issue is a lady. Last but not last. Third to last, I think. We've got 10 minutes left of the stream. We're gonna get through this. We have 3 minutes actually, but fuck it, we're getting through it. Knuckles comic! There was a one-shot Knuckles comic for his 30th anniversary. It was very cute. It tied into Sonic Superstars, that 4-player one that came out. Where it introduced a new little character who's also the guardian of her own island. So in this, it was Knuckles like teaching her how to be a good guardian, which was really cute. Very cute. 10 out of 10. Wonderful little one-shot comic. Knuckles the Hedgehog, Sonic the Echidna. Yep. Knuckles comic. Next! IDW Sonic! Like I said at the start of the stream, I got some of the IDW comics for Christmas. Not my birthday, Christmas. So I got the first 3 volumes, and then I got the second 3 volumes in a big collection. So I've got the first 6 volumes to read. I read the first one. It's good so far. It's after Sonic Forces. I love how much Sonic Forces has played a role in things. Everyone like makes jokes about that game, but you know, it actually had a really big knock-on effect onto the whole Sonic universe, because it was the one game where Eggman had won. He'd taken over the world. The whole point of that game was to take the world back. Your OC was part of the resistance taking it all back. And the IDW comics pick up right after that. So it's, a lot of the leftover Eggman robots are still around, and someone seems to be organizing them. And that's what this is for. Briony Sonic for no! I hate Sonic. I totally didn't go see that movie twice because it was brilliant, and I totally haven't cried about it and been in a fanfic hole ever since, and yeah! I hate Sonic, obviously. And last but not least, Carnival. I have a friend who has all of the Carnival mangas, and I plan on getting through all of them. I love Nai! This isn't Nai, this is Yogi, by the way, but this was the second one. The dancing robot is yes! In the laser grid, oh, it was so good. It was so silly. I love Jim Carrey! I love that he keeps coming back to play Eggman! No, wait, this isn't what we're supposed to be talking about! We're supposed to talk about Carnival and how much I like Nai. He's a little baby white-haired boy who is just so soft. He's a little bunny rabbit guy. He's a bunny rabbit that got turned into a human, basically. And he's just the softest little guy. And I love, there's this bit in this volume where they go to like a haunted mansion kind of thing. It's not haunted, but it's creepy. And Yogi just keeps hugging him like he's his emotional support animal. And now he's just there like, okay, this is happening. It's so good. Who else can match Eggman dance other than another Eggman? It's so good. It's so good. I think they made the right decision having Gerald. Because then they didn't have to have Shadow be the villain. Anyway, that is the last one, my bros. Here's a summary. So this, I don't think it's quite right, because I don't think I actually added Carnival, because I read Carnival after doing this, so it's been retroactively added. So I think we've done 114 books this year. 10 of those have been comics, 2 of those have been games, 1's been a graphic novel, 3 have been light novels, 13 have been manga, 14 have been manga, technically, 4 have been manhwa. I'm gonna sit my butt down because I'm getting tired now. Hey, I've asked most of the stream. Come here. 4 have been manhwa, 2 have been novels, 30 have been short stories, and 39, so I count every 20 chapters, I count as 1 for webtoons. And that is how many we did this year. That is all the things I have read this year, with the exception of a few Ruiner books that I need to add. What's the difference between manga and manhwa? The only difference I know is that manhwa is Korean. That is basically the only difference. Manhwa is also traditionally coloured, whereas manga is traditionally black and white. That's the only other difference. There's no real reason why it can't all be put together with comic books, but I don't know. I just did. I just split them up because I could. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I had a lot of fun. Yes, they also have distinct art styles. And different tropes and stuff. As we've kind of discussed during this stream, we've touched upon all the different ways that different tropes manhwa have. Should I get a bit closer? There we go. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, manhwa is also a long strip rather than page to page to page to page. Hope this was fun for you. I will be back. When am I back? Thursday! Because tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Then we got New Year's Day. Then I'll be back. Then it's back to reality, unfortunately. I better go back to work and everything. Ooh. But we live with it. We live, we learn. Live and learn! Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Ugh. I want to see it again. I want to go see Sonic again. But I can't. 2 is enough. Twice is enough. We can't be going to see a 3rd time. Maybe. Maybe. I just came back from another tavern. You're suddenly close. Yes! Surprise! Yeah. And as I said, for next year, I have some plans. I would like to make another game. I have a short story I would like to publish, and I'd like to do an audiobook as well. Of the short story. Hopefully will be more than 1 audiobook next year, touch wood. Sequel! It is a sequel. I want more sequels. There was a very good post-credit scenes on Sonic, and I'm excited for the next one. Less excited than I was for this one, because this one had Shadow. But unless turn it into content. Sonic Treasure Watch. We should when we get it, when it comes out. Because at the moment it's probably gonna end up on Paramount, streaming wise. I don't have Paramount, so what we could do is I'll wait till it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray as well. So if you don't have the streaming service and you really wanted to watch along, you might be able to get a good deal. And I'll probably get free Paramount for a month or so, I don't know, and then we could do it. I would like to do a watch-alongs. I've never done them. I said I was going to before Sonic 3 came out, but then I just kind of did. We'll do it though. We will. But yeah, I've got some fun plans in place for next year and some projects I want to get off the ground. I bought some new games to stream. I hope you guys have interest in Ace Attorney, the Nonary games, Sorcery I picked up. I'd also consider maybe doing some longer ones. So obviously we're probably going to get to Limbus this year. We're gonna play some Ruiner mods. We're gonna go through my solo D&D. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be good, yeah. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for supporting me through this year. I gotta do my finances soon. My tax season is upon us. And so I thank you for getting me through that. For helping those finances. If you would like to continue helping those finances, there are multiple ways in which you could do that. There's ways you can do it for free though. You can do it for free by leaving a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. But you can also do it via the Patreon. Yes, I've never played Ace Attorney. I was hoping someone would like it. But it's a cool visual novel series, isn't it? So I like visual novel series. Life is Strange is also one I'm thinking of doing this year because I actually don't know that much about Life is Strange. I know the end choice because it's just been a little spoiled, but I don't know much about the OG Life is Strange. I never played it. So that's another one I want to play. But again, if you have any recommendations, get your butt on the Discord and get to that suggestion box because I have picked up a few games. You played Life is Strange on Roblox? Ace Attorney's a game about lawyers. It is. Very much a game about lawyers. But yeah, if you want to continue helping my finances, then there are multiple ways you can do so. You can do so via Patreon, where you can get short stories, exclusive streams, merch discounts, and free books. There, you can do it via YouTube membership, where you get emotes, exclusive streams, Discord channel, and merch discounts. If you guys, members and patrons, if you have any suggestions on what you would like for the first Patreon stream of the year, let me know. If not, we might kick off with some SCP, because it's great, and it's always wonderful. You can also go to Kofi, and if you like my emotes, you could get me to commission me to draw you some emotes. And last but not least, that is the merch store, which is up and running now, where you can get ebooks, first copies of books that I've written, a notebook, and a pillow. I've kind of limited on, I've limited the merch store a little bit. I'm working on some custom merch that I'm making myself, but I'm not going to say too much about what I'm making. I'm hoping to have a short, like 5 things, only 5, some very special merch in February. I'm working on something cool. I hope you enjoy it when it is arrived. But it's currently in the prototyping phase, so we'll see. The goofiest lawyer on Earth solves murder mysteries. And until then, I will be back on Thursday. I really do hope that you had fun, because I had fun. I hope you had fun. This has been Briony Rose Smith, Live in the Vid Library. I see you on Thursday for Blatro, did I say? And what am I playing? Yeah, Blatro, because Blatro's great, and it's fun. I'll see you then. This has been Briony Rose Smith, Live in the Vid Library. Goodbye. You're right. Happy New Year, everyone. I forgot to say that. Happy New Year. Have a wonderful New Year's. Don't drink too much. Be sensible. But have fun. Goodbye.